We broke ground on Potter Jane Distillery in June of 23.
Yes.
It's been a long road. And as of 3 weeks ago, we were mashing. We've been distilling. We've been putting barrels away. Full team is hired. We have 18 employees, including the two of us.
It's just, any kind of startup, it's a bit of a slow process because you're having to test each individual piece of equipment. But yesterday we distilled 75 barrels or filled 75 barrels. We will get up to about 100 barrels a day, and that'll be pretty much steady state for us for a while.
And the whiskey tastes really good. I'm biased, but it's really good.
What's been your strategy in regards to, you talked about the fantasy camp, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of mash bills, recipes have you been tinkering with that you want this initial batch to look like?
So we always start mash bill choices with the malted barley. We are an enzyme-free facility. So for us, everything begins with the malted barley. So right now we're doing wheated bourbon. We will switch over to producing rye bourbon probably next week or the week after.
Yeah, it'll be next week.
Which personally I'm excited about. I've never worked with rye bourbon, so that's going to be super fun. We'll make a little bit of rye whiskey, but we're really doing the basics for the first decade probably. We got to earn our weird a little bit. So a lot of just core distilling principles, more traditional techniques in terms of lower fermentation sets, not going high gravity, longer beer age, that sort of thing.
Our mash bill for the wheated is 64, 23, 13. And when we do the rye bourbon, we're just going to interchange. So we'll do 23 rye instead of wheat. And we don't have the rye whiskey mash bill yet. We're going to kind of play around with that. I'm sure we're going to experiment a little bit. We're not going to make a ton of it like Jane said.
I'd like to do some Kentucky rye. The Kentucky rye has like a fruitier connotation than your traditional Canadian and European rye.
So how nervous are you two about entering into the higher rye bourbon space for you two that's been dealing so much in wheat bourbons in your careers?
I mean, you spit a lot. You love rye bourbon and rye whiskey.
When I was at Heaven Hill, we obviously used quite a bit of rye bourbon for whether it's Evan Williams or Elijah Craig or Henry McKenna. So I'm excited to get back to that. I mean, it was one of the things that I loved about our rye bourbon recipes at Heaven Hill is they were very versatile because you could use the same mash bill and have multiple different brands that have different taste profiles. So I'm excited about it because I get to go back and make a little more rye bourbon and rye whiskey. I like rye whiskey as well.
I don't like rye whiskey per se. So my goal is for us to produce a rye whiskey I really want to drink that I would choose over bourbon. It's not that I don't like rye whiskey. I just don't ever find I pull for it over bourbon. We'll start sampling barrels 3 months in. Typical tasting standard would be 3, 6, 9, 12 the first year to start learning the maturation curve. And, if we don't like what it's doing or we think we want to bulk up some more corn to get, whether it's a sweeter note or something that's missing, it's kind of fun. We don't have to be married to anything right now.
Yeah.
I think for us, we want to make really great bourbon that you can afford to drink.
Yeah, I mean, in our philosophy is we take the whiskey production and the liquid very serious, but we sure in the hell don't take ourselves seriously. So, and I think the brand will be a reflection of that. I mean, this is a fun industry. We want to keep that fun in the branding. We want to be a little bit different.
Building something from scratch, it's so exciting, but it's terrifying. At the end of the day, making the whiskey's the easy part, selling it's the hard part, right? It's going to be fun. We feel like whiskey's gotten a little more serious than when we started, and we want to bring the fun back.